D Realms presents a moment of encounters. In this divine moment, saints are transported into realms and dimensions beyond the natural. Many have witnessed mysteries in the throne room. Others have received scrolls bearing heavenly messages. Some were taken to the heavenly hospital, where they experienced divine healing and were even given new organs. Here is Saint Emma, who ascended into the throne room, where she was shown deep mysteries concerning her family. She received deliverance and experienced a healing miracle from breast cancer, a testimony to the power and love flowing from the heart of God.
I was taken into this place. It was as if a portal had opened and there was this choir of people, but there were so many of them and it was dark, and I was in this place as if it was mud all over or sinking sand. I can't even explain it properly. And I was sinking and I was sinking, and as I was sinking into the sand, I'm trying to crawl out. And I look into this portal and I see people I know, and I'm trying to get to them because it's dark. I'm afraid I can't see anything around me. But as I'm trying to crawl away, two people that I know stand in this portal, and they just gesture with their hands and they tell me to go back, you're not supposed to come in here. And as I'm trying to get out of this place, I'm trying to drag my body. The force that was pulling me down to the earth was so strong that I couldn't lift my body up. I couldn't move. I felt paralyzed from the waist down. And then eventually, as I was trying to pull up, I could feel my breath leaving, and I could feel that, no man, it's over for me. And I was sinking, and my clothes started turning colors of a grayish dark color. And as I'm sinking, I just feel an arm or a hand lifting me on one side. And as I look, I see, this is Papa, this is Papa John. And he lifts me up out of this mud, but as he's lifting me, also his legs and he's up to his knees. This mud also catches him up to the knees, and he's pulling me out of this mud, and he's pulling me out of this mud. And as he's also trying to pull me out, I see Mama on my left. And Mama is not even sinking in this thing. She's just walking like as if it's for like tiles for her. It wasn't very heavy for her to stand on. And they lift me up and they take me to the feet of my children. When I get there, I see my husband, I see my children, and I see my whole entire family. And I start hugging in them, and I'm so happy I'm back in my house again. And as I am back in my house again, I hear a hand tapping me on the shoulder, and Mama says to me, Emma, we have to go. And I say, okay, Mama, let's go. She said to me, you are going into the wrong realm. You just ascended to where you were not supposed to go. Those people are resting. They are in paradise. It's not your time to go. So I said, okay, Mama. I said, okay, I will show you how to navigate the realms, because you don't know how. And I said, I've always had visions of just being on this earthly realm. I've never ascended to the heavenlies. So she said, let's go. And I go in with her. And we get into this room. Mama stands at the door. And Mama says to me, Emma, you must go inside. And as I go inside, these men are wearing prayer shawls. Their beards are red as if there's fire flickering in their beards and in their mustaches that they're wearing. They have a mustache, yes. And they are wearing things that are sort of like prayer shawl. And if you look this way, these men are standing this way. And if you look that way, they are in that. And they are holding hands, one arm and one arm this way, and they are moving. And they are moving. And as I look, I see God on the throne. I'm trying to approach these men, hold me back. They say, Emma, you can't go. You can't. It's not your time to go and stand there. You have to wait. And I hear worship music. And as worship music is coming, these men are moving, they're worshiping, and they're synchronized. And everything that they do it together. And all of a sudden there's silence, and I see the door where Mama is standing open, and Papa walks in. Papa goes straight to speak to God on the throne. And they have this big meeting, because before there was a big voice that says, who brings her here? Why is she here? And then Papa had to come forward and say, well, I'm the one that brings her here. And there was a big conversation that he was having with God, and they were talking, and it was as if there was this advocating of some sort, but I couldn't hear, I couldn't understand, because they were speaking in a language that I couldn't really tell what they were saying. And then after Papa had finished, he walked out, and I saw him go back into the service again with his arms at the time were wide open. And I'm called forward, and as I'm standing forward, a book opens on this table, and there's the menorah, there's all these things on the throne of God. And I see a man on the right, and I see another man standing there, and instead of Jesus sitting, he was standing that day. And the book just opens. It's like a book. It's just, the pages just started turning as if a wind was blowing them, and it was the page, and it just blew and blew and blew and blew, and then all of a sudden the book closed. And after that I heard someone say, Emma, you can go. You are not guilty. You can leave. And from there, I just went out the door. Mama said to me, there is somebody who's going to usher you into the next room. You need to go in there with them. And this is what was one of the visions that I saw. I went into this room, and in this room were like strands of DNA. They were blue and all sorts of colors. And this person says to me, you have a generational blessing that is in your family. You need to come and take what is rightfully yours. And I go into this room, and I see cabinets of names of families and nations and people. And they say to me, okay, Emma, go to your family and open the cabinet there. And I opened. And they say the reason why Papa could pray for me and cancer cells could be destroyed out of my body was that there's a generational blessing and a gene in my family that is able to destroy that cancer trait. So what they did in heaven when Papa was praying for me on the Friday was that they went straight there to my family background to see if there is a gene that can counteract the cancer cell that entered my body. So he says to me, now take these things and put them in your body, because you are completely healed. You are completely healed of all diseases and sicknesses. From there, I used to have a very painful breast pain, and I had a blood flu. They couldn't even tell what was in my blood. But today, I'm pain-free. I don't get flus like I used to. If the season is changing, I'll get sick all the time. I'll be sick all the time. I'll be weak all the time. I'll be booked off work constantly.
There's a lump in your breast. Have you told me this before? Do I know you have a lump here? This is cancerous. It's no longer a lump. It's cancerous. Put your hands there. Put your hands there. Mania, te teanka, ekidia, sheza ile, evelido, eshasi, meme netetele, meme netes, feleme. Dariat. What is happening is that I'm sending her. I'm just trafficking her to the hospital. There's a surgery that is needed quickly, and an infusion, because the thing has run into her blood. The cancerous cells have run through the blood already. So there should be a transfusion quickly. She's in the realms. She's there. God just purged her of cancerous cells. It was already spreading. Father, complete the surgery. Command the lump to disappear in the name of Yeshua.
It's shrinking. Just started shrinking. It's shrinking.
It's shrinking, I know. Huh? God.
So I want to thank God, because this experience for me was a great deliverance, where I could go into the throne of God, and the Lord used Upapa mightily to change my story, to change my family history. And tonight when I went into that place again, I went in running. I saw a crowd of people on my left and I saw a crowd of people on my right. And as I looked in front of me, I was in that same room again, and I saw God seated on the throne. But the light was so bright that as I'm trying to approach, I'm being pushed back. I'm trying to run in, but eventually I get to the feet of the throne. And that is where I just fell on my knees. And the light that just illuminated out of there, I've never seen bright lights like that. It's a light that you can't even look at with your own eyes. And so I thank God because light has come, light so bright, and I thank Him forevermore. Thank you so much.
United Kingdom, get ready. Pastor John is coming there on the 3rd of May. A visit to the spirit realms of the United Kingdom, the 3rd of May. Venue, ICC Auditorium, London, United Kingdom. Hurry up and register now. See you there.